Hey, it's Michelle from MBD Studio. Adobe just released 2 game-changing AI tools for their Firefly Image Editor. One is AI Markup, and I have a video on that. I suggest you take a look. And the other one is Precision Flow, which we'll go into detail here. You're going to want to know how both these tools work. Let's go. So with Precision Flow, you get to choose from a variety of options for your image edit on a sliding scale. We're going to be going over the different options to select what you want to edit, and which one is the best one to use, how the edit strength slider can affect outcomes, some warnings along the way, and when I think this tool will be the most useful to use. First up, to get to the Firefly Image Editor, just go to firefly.adobe.com and click on Edit an Image. When you first get into the editor, you can either upload an image or choose something from your generation history. So what exactly is Precision Flow? Well, it lets you explore different options for your image edit on a sliding scale. So instead of prompting once and getting one outcome, you have a variety to choose from, which can be really helpful for creative exploration. Once you have your image, just head on over to Precision Flow in the left nav, and you'll see 3 different options for how to select what you want to edit on your image. I'll go through each of these, but I've found entire image to be the best of the 3, and I'll show you why. Let's look at the Select tool. Once you choose it, you can hover over items in your image and then select them for targeted editing. You can even hold down the Shift key and select multiple objects. The only problem with this tool is the selection is a little bit fuzzy, so it doesn't do a good job at sharp edges. In this example, I asked it to turn those swans I selected into pink. It barely did it. But when I selected the entire image and then asked it to turn the swans pink, the outcome was much closer to what I wanted. In this example, I used the Select tool to select this pig, and I asked it to keep the pig the same but change the wings to blue. However, it changed the pig too much. One way around this is by using the Brush tool. If you use the Brush tool, it lets you target your changes while leaving the rest of your image the same. So these tools can be a bit hit and miss. So I used the Brush tool to add some clouds to the sky in this image. But you can see how the clouds got cut off by my brush areas because it had no room to generate. So instead, I used the Selection tool to select the whole sky and asked it to add some white puffy clouds. So in this case, the Selection tool worked much better. Next, let's talk about using the entire image as your selection. This is where I think that Precision Flow does its best work, because it gives you options for choosing the focus of the image to be either the subject, like the shoes here, or the scene, like the lake, and anywhere in between. Now let's talk for a minute about edit strength. It's one of the options you have when using Precision Flow, and it can make a big difference in your outcome. It's available using any of the selection tools. So this tells the AI model how creative it can get with the edit. With a lower number, you get more subtle changes, and your subject stays intact throughout the variations. Now let's see what happens if we hike the strength all the way up to 1. The higher the edit strength, the more bold the choices, and you can see here how it doesn't keep our shoes intact. So I think the magic combination is using the entire image selector and using the edit image strength. And you can get some really interesting options in the variations that you wouldn't get otherwise with just a prompt and response. But beware, this comes at a cost. This is not the place to go if you're looking for high-resolution images. With Precision Flow, it will always downsize your image to 1024 pixels wide. I could see using Precision Flow for trying out different scene changes and using it for color variations. Next, check out my video on the other AI tool that came out, AI Markup, which lets you do targeted editing without losing resolution.